Today, our topic is regulation of gene expression in molecular genetics, Unit 2, Chapter 5, Zoology. So, we have discussed about the translation and transcription process. In that, the genes are how the codons are coded in the mRNA, and for this the genes are responsible and how this genes is expressed. So the regulation of gene expression was studied in E. coli. That here we're going to see the prokaryotic. In prokaryotes, how the gene expression will take place. So that is seen here in E. coli bacteria. So the gene expression is controlled or regulated at transcription level or translation level. So at transcription level also the gene is regulated and the gene expression is regulated or translation level. So but here we're going to see at transcription level how the genes are regulated and how they are expressed. So usually the small extracellular and intracellular metabolites trigger the initiation and inhibition of the gene expression. So that is this small extracellular and intracellular are nothing but the amino acids, and some of the metabolites seen inside the cell is called intracellular and outside the cell is called extracellular. So they will initiate the gene expression or suppresses the gene expression. At what time the initiation has to take place or inhibition takes place. If the inhibition want to takes place, some of the metabolites will inhibit the gene expression, or the initiation want to takes place means the some of the metabolites will provoke the gene expression. So it is based on the substances present in them itself, present in the transcription level of the amino acid carriers or the codons which was coded on the mRNA. Based on that, the initiation and inhibition takes place. So there are groups of genes. That genes are called operons and they do the similar functions. So the clusters of genes do the same function, that is called operons. So we are discussing about the transcription level. So what is transcription means? The DNA is transcribed to mRNA to make the complementary copy. That is called transcription. So here only one mRNA molecules are involved. That is mRNA molecules are involved in the transcription process. So in E. coli there are 260 genes. These 260 genes are grouped into 75 different operons. This they may ask in 1 mark in your board exams and in your NEET. So there are how many genes in the E. coli? E. coli is a prokaryote, but it contains 260 genes and these are grouped in 75 different operons. Okay, this is the operon model. This is the operon model, and you can see the promoter, initiator, that is initiator, and the structural gene and how they are functioning and what are the enzymes are going to involve. We will see this operon model in the next class in detail. Okay. So on gene regulation and expression. Okay. So the regulation of gene expression deals with the initiation and inhibition of some of the gene expression that should be initiated or inhibited by some extra or intracellular metabolites. Okay, and this was taken place at transcription level or translation level, but in your syllabus they had given the transcription level. And keep it in mind, there are 260 genes in E. coli and they grouped to form 75 different operons. Okay, next we will see some of the antibiotics and how they are they are synthesizing, they are doing their function in the bacterial level. So many antibiotics do not allow the pathogenic bacteria to flourish in animal to flourish in animal host because they inhibit one or other stage of the bacterial protein synthesis. So the antibiotics, that is the pathogenic bacteria, they won't allow the antibiotics in the animal host to flourish the animal host because they inhibit one or other stages of the protein synthesis. So what is an antibiotic? When we use this antibiotics, so an antibiotic is a drug which is taken from the bacteria and given for the bacterial disease to the host, okay, to the host to suppress or to eradicate the bacteria from the host body. Okay, so but this antibiotic, that is do not allow the pathogenic bacteria, that is it kills the pathogenic bacteria which causes disease in the host. And what this antibiotic do? It suppresses the bacterial protein synthesis. So the antibiotic tetracycline inhibits the binding between the amino acid tRNA and mRNA. So the tetracycline antibiotic, what it does means, it inhibits, that is it is suppressing the binding of amino acid tRNA and mRNA. So the mRNA and tRNA is not binded with the when the antibiotic tetracycline was taken. So it's suppressing the binding, that is joining of mRNA and tRNA. That step was stopped due to tetracycline antibiotic. And the neomycin inhibits the interaction between tRNA and mRNA. So what this neomycin do? It inhibits the interaction. Interaction means you and I talking. That is the interaction. My point 1, your point 1, and we will discuss about it. So that is called the interaction point. That interaction point was inhibited. That is by neomycin, that is the tRNA and mRNA interaction was stopped by neomycin. Erythromycin. So the erythromycin inhibits the translocation of mRNA along the ribosomes. So the erythromycin inhibits the translocation of mRNA to ribosomes, that is the mRNA carries the codon and it has to reach the ribosomes. That process was stopped. Streptomycin inhibits the initiation of translation and causes the misreading. So streptomycin inhibits translation. Due to translation, the misreading takes place. So it inhibits, that is the translation process was not taking place. Due to that, the misreading. So misreading means false reading, or they will miss the reading process. Misreading. Chloramphenicol. Chloramphenicol inhibits peptidyl transferase and the formation of peptide bonds. So chloramphenicol inhibits peptidyl transferase and the formation of peptide bonds. Why we are seeing this? Some of the antibiotics means, as we have talked about the inhibition and initiation, no. Some may initiate and some may inhibit. So in a person, the person was caused a bacterial disease. The doctor gives some of the antibiotic like tetracycline or erythromycin or streptomycin. Any antibiotic he is giving, if a person take it, inside the bacteria was there in a infected person, that process was stopped. The bacterial life was stopped there. And some of the process, that is like protein synthesis in this transcription, translation, misreading, that is the misreading process will take place. Like that, some of the process will be stopped and inhibited by these antibiotics. So we have to talk about the initiation and the inhibition of extrametabolites. Intrametabolites, inside the cell we have the immunity power. Some may be destroyed with the help of antibodies present in our body. And for some, if you get a typhoid, for that typhoid the doctor will give some of the medicine, antibiotic medicine, that will suppress, while taking that will suppress the functions of the bacteria. So that there the bacterial protein synthesis will be affected, because we are dealing with the prokaryotes, okay, E. coli. So now you understand this, what is extrametabolites and intrametabolites, extracellular metabolites and intracellular metabolites, and we will see the Lac Operon model structure and function in the next video. Okay. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel.